Well, I wouldn't say early because Russell took it over. It happened in,
March.
March, and so Russell gets the case like 3 weeks later, and the same guy who kind of fucked up the investigation on the El Rey Theater, Cooper, is the one that has it for 3 weeks, and so he kind of does a wrecking ball on the case before it's handed over to Russell. But Russell's pretty smart. He pulled things together. He put out all kinds of stuff and got a bunch of clues in. He had solved the Ennis Cosby murder, and so he was kind of on a roll, and he had some clout in the department. And so the very first person that they offer up is Keefe D. And
Who's offering up Keefe D in the Biggie murder
Reynolds,
first?
not Reynolds, Brennan and Ladd are offering up Keefe D with Reggie
And
Sr.
where are they getting this information from?
From Reggie Sr. They're getting it from Reggie Sr. And
Okay.
it's like they're in meeting with investigators when Reggie Sr. calls and says it's Keefe D and the SS Impala's in his backyard. And so Russell arranges to have LAPD fly over Keefe D's house, and then they arrange to go there and look at the car and with a warrant and the whole thing, and they show up, and this car hasn't moved in months. I mean, these are dumb planners too. They could have at least had Keefe D pull his car out for a car show or something, but
Right.
no, they didn't.
Okay. So that's interesting to know.
And so, would it make sense? Keefe D finds out he's a suspect because they raided his house. They told him, "Hey, you're a
But we know
suspect."
that he was with Biggie that night. So
Yeah, of course, but he's not the guy in the bow tie, that is seen. That everybody forgets in the Biggie murder. There are
I believe that was
plenty.
Kevin Gaines.
Well, it was Amir Muhammad, and
Amir Muhammad in the car or Amir Muhammad that walked up on Gene Dale?
walked up on Gene Deal, and then was seen by other people in the car as the shooter, because there were numerous witnesses in the Biggie murder, and everybody forgets that there were eyewitnesses, and Eugene Deal was the one that helped with the sketch, but
Yeah,
there were
but
other.
Eugene Dale did not see the shooter. Eugene
No, no,
Dale
no.
was not in
He
the
saw him
car.
walk up. He saw him walk up, but
Right.
other people, when they saw the image. Okay, and here's kind of a crazy fact too.
Wait, real quick though. But the
Yeah,
first composite that was
yeah.
done that looks like Kevin Gaines was done by Little C's, who was in the car. That
Okay,
that that second composite that looks
that
like
was out of
Amir
New York.
Muhammad, right?
No, the
That one
second.
comes. The second one comes from Gene Deal.
It's the other way around actually, because the second composite that was done by the hip hop cop out of New York,
Is that
and
the one that Little C's gave the description of?
you know what? I will look at the details. The woman who did
I'll
the
show you.
original composite, the one that did that looks like with that looks like Amir Muhammad. It looks just like his image on his license.
Yeah, but the one that Little C's composite he did looks exactly like Kevin Gaines.
Oh, that could be. But hip hop cop, and by the way, wait a minute, pin it on the dead guy.
Well, look, I'll show you right here. Let me show you.
Yeah, yeah. The first one was done by, I want to think of her name. It's Drew something, and she was a famous sketch artist that was doing these things. And the hip hop cop was the one that had the second one done out of New York.
Right,
And
and
what?
that's the one that looks like Amir Muhammad.
No, I think it's the other way around.
All right. Well, here goes
Yeah,
the first
let's.
one right here. Right. Let's see. So this is you saying the second one.
What zoom in on the actual the signature. Can you zoom in on the signature?
Uh, see. Um,
And by the way, that one says LAPD investigation. The other one was out of New York.
which one is out of New York?
Click on yeah, that one. And let's zoom in. Can you zoom in on the signature? Yeah, you've got a really small image there.
Yeah, it's really.
I've got the actual flyer, which I will pull together and send to you.
Um,
But Kevin Gaines is murdered just a few days after. And so doesn't it make sense to pin it on the dead guy?
yeah, but I understand what you're saying, but when you look at uh, let me see, because I had a side by side.
Yeah.
Let me
Yeah, I
see.
see the side by side. I see it there.
Kevin Gaines.
So
Yeah.
there was a dude named Clayton, who was a Nation of Islam dude, who was the one that disposed of the gun, and he met with Amir Muhammad, got the gun, and disposed of the gun, and he confessed to that whole thing. He was a part of, hiding Amir Muhammad because he just went missing for a while, and then the gun. He was the one that disposed of the gun. I think his name was Clayton Hill, if I remember right.
Okay. So this picture here. Let me show you this. This picture here, and
See if you can find a high resolution picture,
all right.
because you're going to want to look at the signature line, and it's I want to say Drew something, Drew's in, or it was a famous sketch artist at LAPD, and Russell was kind of pissed off that they had created the second one because that was created out of New York, and that
That
wasn't what
was good.
everybody.
I thought that was when they went to go visit Gene Deal.
No, it was done by the hip hop cop dude, and I
Okay.
mean the hip hop cop dude was
Because Gene Deal's the one that was telling them is the dude with the peanut head.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it wasn't just Eugene Deal, because once the sketch was done, people saw him and were like, yeah, that's the dude. That's the dude that was in the car.
Okay, right. This guy right here, to me, looks like Kevin Gaines.
That looks like Kevin Gaines. I think that looks like Amir Muhammad, and that was the first
You
sketch.
think this one looked like Amir Muhammad?
Yeah,
I disagree with you. Watch
and it's
this. Let me show you.
okay.
Let me show you. Like, damn, I know I got a side by side of these. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Well,
Watch.
and if you
Now
listen,
look at this picture,
yeah,
right? Now look at this picture. Now look at this picture of Kevin Gaines. Um,
I had somebody send me Kevin Gaines' photo from his
look at this picture.
LAPD graduation. Yeah, I mean,
Now now you tell me that composite doesn't look closer to this guy than you said Amir Muhammad, right? Now look,
well, let's look at Amir Muhammad's license, because that's what they were comparing it to, his
right.
driver's license
But
at the time,
all right,
and
look
he
at
has
the
kind of
shape.
a square head, a
Yeah,
little bit
look
of
at
a
the
square.
shape of their heads. Look at
Yeah,
this guy, right?
yeah.
Kevin Gaines, right? Let's go. I know I got a side by side.
So if you listen to Kenneth Bogney about this, Amir Muhammad was owed like 700 grand for the hit. And that's why David Mack has to do the bank robbery to pay off Amir Muhammad.
Like, see, that to me looks more like Kevin Gaines. And then when you go to the Biggie killing, the night of, Kevin Gaines and David Mack is standing right out there, and Kevin Gaines got on a button up a shirt all the way buttoned up to the top, and it looked like he just took off the bow tie and forgot to unbutton the top. Because who
Well,
wears their
yeah,
shirt all the way buttoned all the way up to the top with no tie or no bow tie? Nobody does.
all those guys were there for sure. And supposedly, according to Kenneth Bogney, Kevin Gaines was supposed to cut off Puffy, and they were gonna make sure Puffy got killed too. And that's according to Bogney. Now I don't know, that was Rafael Perez bragging about it when he was in jail. So we don't
Yeah.
we don't know whether or not that's true, but doesn't it make sense that, like, whatever? I mean, a week later, Kevin Gaines is murdered by
Of
Frank
course, it
Liga.
makes sense.
I mean, and that's an LAPD sanctioned hit, and there were surveillance
See,
at
that's the other sketch you talking about.
yeah.
That one is the Amir
But,
Muhammad one.
well,
That
but
one don't look like
Amir
Kevin Gates.
Muhammad was never that thick. He was never fat like that. Amir Muhammad was an athlete, and he was thin. He was super thin. He was a runner, and
Right.
those guys are likely behind the murder of Mickey Thompson too. I don't know how much you know about the Mickey Thompson case, but that needed to be two people who were super athletes, because they killed Mickey Thompson and his wife, and then they rode bicycles up this massive hill. There you go. There's Amir Muhammad right there.
Which one?
Scroll
Here,
scroll
right,
back up.
right here.
Doesn't that look just like that's Amir Muhammad?
Yeah,
See
right here.
see how thin he is? He's an athlete. I mean, these guys were in tip-top shape.
Yeah. Now, but the difference between him and the Kevin Gaines is the mustache.
Okay, but I mean, all right, I can grow a mustache.
Yeah, but I tell you one thing, Poochie had a whole full beard,
Yeah, I
and
know.
they always known for wearing a full beard. And
Exactly. Poochie had a beard at the time.
right, so
Yeah.
it wasn't Poochie,
No, it
right?
wasn't Poochie, and that's the
And here
bullshit
go
that
right here, here go Kevin Gaines allegedly, and David Mack allegedly standing right in front of the Peterson
yeah,
Museum the night of, and look at his shirt,
yeah,
and look at his peanut, look at his peanut head. That
yeah.
looks more like the guy in the sketch, the Little C sketch.
And
Now,
you know what? Look, it could be for sure. There's no question about it. The Little C sketch just looks like a thick fat dude to me. I mean, when I say fat, I don't mean, massive, but just a thicker guy. These guys were in tip-top shape. They were athletes. David Mack and Amir Muhammad ran track together in Oregon, and they were, I mean, the fastest men in the world. And David Mack dated Joyner. What was her name?
now look at that picture right there of
Yeah,
allegedly Kevin Gaines and Mack in front of the Peterson at the time of the murder, right?
yeah, yeah.
After right now look at his head and his hairline, right?
Hey, I'm not saying that it's not him, because
Oh,
here
right.
again, we weren't there, but you know what? Either
But
way,
he
you're
favors him more than the guy
yeah.
with the receding hairline to me.
Well, either way, it's leading back to corrupt cops, because Reggie told everybody where they were going to be, and you know what? That's a Mario Hammonds thing, and I interviewed Mario Hammonds too. Mario Hammonds was another guy, and I like Mario Hammonds. I think he's a stand-up dude, and he talked about talking to because Suge had a visit from Reggie, and Reggie had told him, "Hey, we were the ones that got Biggie, and I arranged it," and so that story gets told, and Reg was the one who knew where everybody was going to be, and he arranged it, and they were all coordinating on cell phones. So Mario Hammonds comes out with that information.